Hey folks, let's talk about McDonald's today. Steve Van Meter did a video on it today about McDonald's problems, part of what's going on there. But what I really think is going on with McDonald's is this, or at least in my local area. You write in, let me know what you think's going on in your local area. I was heading to a friend of mine's church, which is kind of far away. And along the route, I was passing by McDonald's, so I had planned to have my breakfast there and just head on to church because I was going to have to be early and stuff anyway. And so I stopped in to McDonald's. Now, it used to be full with senior citizens and everybody at that time. It was full. People eating and having coffee and talking and socializing. Folks, I got to tell you, the place was empty. There was nobody in there. There were three of us. We were all, the other two were tradesmen, okay? And so they had plenty of money. And then there was me. But when I got the food and I paid for it, right? When I paid for the food, I was shocked at what I was paying for one of their breakfast sandwiches and a hash brown. That blew my mind, and a coffee. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? This is McDonald's, right? So that blew my mind. I told myself there and then I will never be back for the reasons I'm going to present here in this video. And so that McDonald's will continue to struggle for this reason. And the reason is all of our towns have a corner store that is using locally sourced stuff and nicer buns and, in my opinion, healthier options, only my opinion, okay? And so the cheeseburger is less than their McDonald's Big Mac, but yet a much thicker, nice, locally sourced patty, real cheese, nice bun, and fresh condiments, okay? So your tomato, your lettuce, your onion, pickles, whatever, they're all, in my opinion, much fresher and locally sourced, right? Or at least locally sourced as can be. So in my opinion, I'm just getting a much better product that actually tastes better from my locally provided store. And here's the other thing. If I call ahead and make my order, it's as fast as going McDonald's. That store now is a revolving loop of people in, picking up order, and paying and out. In, pick up order, pay out. Not only that, but you can get your gas at the same time while you're picking up your order. Knock everything out all in one shot. It's more convenient. In my opinion, you're getting a much better product, and just all the way around, just a better experience. Now, the next thing is, too, for the breakfast sandwiches, the same local store, right? Just a little corner store with a couple of cooks back there. Now they've got 3 cooks back there. They're so busy. And it keeps getting worse and worse at this store. The same thing, though, they're providing excellent service. And when it comes to the breakfast sandwiches, they're put in that warmer box that you just go in, open, grab 1 or 2 sandwiches, whatever you want, sausage, egg and cheese, bacon, egg and cheese, or whatever you want, right? Ham, egg, and cheese, whatever, Canadian bacon, egg, and cheese, or no cheese, or whatever. They're all in there on different levels. You can grab them and take off just as fast as McDonald's and get your gas at the same time. For the sandwiches, less money. A better product for less money. Now, these are my opinions, but I think that's what's going on with McDonald's. I will never buy a McDonald's breakfast sandwich again because the locally produced product is just that much better for less money. And I think that's going to be McDonald's and other fast food chain restaurants' problem going forward. Now, Stephen Van Meter had talked about they were going to provide a $5 meal option, and they need to get back to that, okay? I used to go by, if I took the dogs out, and grab a couple of those double cheeseburgers and, feed the dogs one because they were low cost and the dogs worked hard and they always loved it, right? So that's when I had my dogs. And so now I don't do that, and I wouldn't anyway at these prices, right? It's garbage anyway, in my opinion. And the next thing is just costs so much now. So I think they're going to start running more and more specials because they have to get people into the door to spend the money. It's ridiculous if you're paying $8 or $9 for a fast food burger versus I can go down and pay $5 for a better product. There's the problem with fast food chains right now. And the next thing is I wanted to share is I think all of America is getting smarter, especially lower income people are being more educated about healthy choices, healthy options, healthy shopping. That's coming with food stamps and things like that. Now, not obviously not everybody's taking these options, but many are waking up and listening that used to go to fast food restaurants before. Now they're listening, and it's a much better idea to grab everything to have a taco feast or make your own pizza at home or other things that will be less cost, and you can make it exactly the way you want it. See? And there's the interesting dichotomy I think all of fast food is going to find itself in. Uh, People are just waking up and getting smarter and wanting healthier options to begin with. And then you find out the cost of this stuff is so high, you can do it at home for less money or just simply go to your local store and they will produce an excellent product at a reasonable price in today's world. And that's where I think the problems are coming in for McDonald's. It's going to be for everybody, I think, going forward. And and I think that's just the way America is changing. Now, I think this is all positive, okay? Because we have been gluttons on fast food for a long time. And I think now this is going to push things maybe forward to healthier choices coming from our homes or locally sourced products in our local stores that also make good money, and that bolsters our local economies, right? Instead of going to a major corporation, we're going to an individual owner in our local area. So I think it's all positive. I don't think anything about this is negative. Now, for a McDonald's and other fast food chains, yes, this is going to become a big negative going forward if they can't curtail the costs that they're having to pass on to the consumer. Here in Maine right now, I think someone working at McDonald's is making around $15 an hour. Yes. So, and that doesn't seem like much to many of you, but here in Maine, $15 an hour isn't a bad way to go for a young person right now. You're not going to have a brand new car and all of that in a fancy apartment, but hey, you'll be able to get by on $15 an hour. And, you know, just enough to live. But that's the other problem they have, along with everybody else. I think, though, what's happening is our local stores are just doing it better because they haven't had to change. They're doing the exact same thing they've always done, and it hasn't affected their price as much, okay? Where I think in these fast food chains, it has. So for me, all of this is positive. You know, it's bringing money back to the local producers and local ownership. And it's also creating healthier choices, in my opinion. These are all my opinions, okay? And I think that all the way around, it's just better for us. And that, you know, when it comes to cooking at home, when you now can buy a really nice, all the ingredients for a really good dinner at home versus going to a fast food restaurant, they're just not competitive. And I think that promotes family time too, doesn't it? Which is healthy for America also. So all of this, in my opinion, is all positive. It may not be positive for McDonald's shareholders, but I think it's positive for the country and for you and me. Hope you're all doing well. Hope life's treating you good. Jim out.